So today I'm completely bullish. I took one buy and one sell. I will go over the reasons behind why I execute the trades. So there's a weekly time frame. Price clearly sweep the weekly low and it's inside the weekly bullish fair gap. So I like to say higher pricing at least the daily high. So this was my draw on liquidity in the morning. In 4 hours, this is where the market will open. Come all the way down, speed, big displacement. In 1 hour, speed recently formed fair value. This is not a fair value. This is the new candle flash panic sellers. And it is London high. I'll explain it. So in 15, 15, it's a clean fair value gaps. But the thing is, it's in the liquidity, it's London high. And it's a gap down, go all the way up, sweep the high, come down, break, and it sweep the weekly low. It started reverse its direction and it's flip all the fair value, go all the way up to the daily high, close out the London high and close out the daily high, and go all the way up to the weekly high. It should be right there. So my execution was based on here. So after sweeping the weekly, so after sweeping the weekly low, what happened here is clean sweep of the internal. This is the main sweep, and inside this swing, what happened? It sweep the internal, gives structure shift with big displacement and price structure shift. So inside this range, I looked for some sort of reaction, and I got that reaction in 1 minute. So this is the 1 minute structure shift with big displacement and price rebalance to the parallel gap, and it's a clean instant liquidity. So once the parallel in this time frame, the parallel kind of sort of flipped to the downside, but in N5 didn't. And what happened here is price just flipped this recently formed a bullish fair value gap, and it's formed the bearish fair value and formed the bullish fair value gap. So here I exit my first trade. This was my first trade. And I targeting ladder high. This equal high should be my TP1, but I targeted the breaker. This was my TP1, and 2 to 2.5 ratio was my TP2. Lost manipulation candle before the structure shift. So this was my TP2 and this was my TP3, and final target is going to be the daily high. Everything has been approached right. So this was my entry pattern. So this is the reason why I entered, put the stop at this low. I'm not put the stop at this point. I put the stop at this low. It's worked really well. There is no drawdown. So after my execution, it's keep on going higher. This is my very first entry in the morning. And one more thing is, it also one more thing. Asia range has been taken, and London low engineered liquidity come all the way down, close out the Asia low, close out the London low. So Asia high low taken, London London low taken. So we can target clearly the London high. This is going to be a clean draw on liquidity, confident. And these are the news candles at 4:45. And if I'm not wrong, during 4:45, there was a news and it's just a panic seller. So I didn't give any importance to this kind of fair, but still um, I know it's going to get ran through, but I still give importance. Like I close my positions here and here and here and here. I'm not even hold my position right there. Which push I close my position somewhere around here. I expected this fair gap come, and I should break on my trade and hold the position up to this point. If, since I was super confident, but unfortunately I didn't. I'm not comfortable with facing pullback. I once identified this fair value gap, I thought like it's going to give some pullback. It is also a M15 fair value gap, so I a bit afraid to sit in front of the pullback. So I closed it and then until the next candle give good reaction, close out the one high, and it's just keep on going higher and higher and close out the daily high. This was the balance which I took, the reason why I took my entry today. And this is where I took my second entry, C1. It was not actually planned, but I found the pattern beautifully. So the reason why I took yeah, mm, this is where I took my sell entry. So the reason for the sell entry is nothing but I got a SMP divergence. USD clears out the daily high, but GBP didn't. It's inside the M15 bearish fair value gap. So I expected some sort of reversal since the price is good push to the upside, strong push to the upside. So I expected the reversal here. And I'm just marked out this imbalance. So when I executed my position is I like to see this value of the flip not to go for a short. It's a good candle. So I just waited for the value of the flip. Unfortunately, I didn't get anything until it feed the internal and give the structure shift with the fair value gap. So right here, my family are getting flipped and it's displaced and it's also sweep the internal. It's a turtle soup for the day. So I clarified all those things. SMT, recent family are flipped, internal getting swept, and it's a structure shift. So I entered my position. Not no, I'm not entered my position here. I've exceeded my position right here and put my stop at the high and targeting lower prices, at least the high time frame family gaps. This and this. But unfortunately, it just sweep some sort of sell side liquidity and reverse its direction. And in higher time frame, you can clearly see it's in M5. It's not even a proper structure. It's just a pullback, and this is a strong move towards upside. In M5, you can clearly as you can clearly see, there is no final we have formed, and nothing is there for me to look up for. And it's just a retracement. Once it sweep the low, it's got to displace higher, started to displace higher since the day hasn't been taken. So this is where I pyramid my position, and this is my first my this was my execution. This is where I pyramid my position, and unfortunately, I was like I moved my trading stop loss to this point to the break-even point, and I stopped at break-even. Once high has been sweep, and I got the big displacement power gap, and it's also flipped. Some sort of low has been sweep, and recently formed a very strong gap that flipped. And it's got displaced and created a bullish power gap, so we can expect that daily high the targets. But I unfortunately, what I did is I was a bit confused here. I was like, recently found bullish power gap kind of not closing above, so and it sweep the high. So I expect. So if the price comes to the structure shift here, we can look for some sort of continuation at least to this point. This value remain unfilled, right? So that's the reason why I executed my third position. Third position, once it gets swept, once it flip the family gap, I execute my third position here. Sell entry, and it's not worked. It's just impulsive. And this is just a pullback. This is a strong move. This is a clean flip, and the family gap in M5 clearly hold the price towards the daily high. This was a mistake, impulsive entry, and I closed it. Also identify and broke my rule. So this was the whole day. First entry worked, second entry worked, third entry. Just because I moved my entry, I kept my entry here, but unfortunately I moved my entry to this point due to fear of getting stopped out. So I'm breaking my trade here. So I got stopped out at break even, and this entry is still impulsive, and it's supposed to be starting go all the way up to the daily high and keep on going higher and higher. Good bullish trend for today. In Nasdaq weekly low has been swept. Weekly has been swept for daily. Recently found the clean by sell liquidity has been swept. And the last previous day and 2 days low has been swept. So we can look for some sort of buy entry. and targeting the daily high. This was the daily high, this was the daily high. Both has been taken. Uh, but in H1 we got this thing. It's achieved some sort of internal for the past couple of days. It's kind of bearish. And once it sweep, big displacement, structure shift, and it leave this big imbalance. Inside this imbalance, I need to be bearish. And I can target the lower prices at least through here at least. But this was my plan. But so I'm a bit bearish today. But what happened today? So this is where I got the first entry here. I got the M15 parallel, M15 bullish parallel, and these are the clear liquidity. This are the short bullish parallel. This is where I look for some sort of short, and this is a clear engineer liquidity. And once the price comes tap the M15, it start to go higher. Will to take place on this engineer liquidity. Instead, it start to flush once the market open. Come all the way down, sweep the internal, sweep some sort of sell side here, sweep some sort of sell side here, and it print a clear sweep here. Sorry, sweep the internal and flip the recently formed bearish fair value gap, so we can execute the position here with the stop at the low targeting the this point. So since the stop loss is too big, I'm not willing to execute the trade and it's missed out. I'm not executing this trade. After that, inside this range, after the 50% of the bullish fair value gap, I identified the price start to print some sort of, which is a good push. So I like to see some sort of reversal, at least to the imbalance to this point. So I look for some sort of bearish reaction. So it's the first leg. So I considered this thing. It's kind of filled the family of go all the way up, swept, and it's created a family up, and it's kind of flipped. I execute my position here, and kind in 15 seconds, I'm executing one more position right here. So my first position was there. So this was my positions today. But in M1, I didn't get anything right. If in M1, if this should be the significant swing, or this should break below in order to give the structure shift on market make a sell model. And I execute my pushing here and it gets stopped out at this point. And this is the actual trade that played out today. So I'm here. Okay, fine. So I consider my mistake for the day is I consider this as a first leg and consider this as a second leg, but actually this is the first leg and second leg. The family kind of flip, but it's not worked, and it clears out the first high, then it start to displace lower, give the structure shift significance singular getting break, and this is the liquidity here, aligned with the family gap. So on surprise rebalance, on surprise sweep all the liquidity, and then M5 start displace higher. And if the market is bullish, it should hold the price and keep on going higher, right? But what happened here is from that bearish perspective, it's a first leg, second leg, structure shift, displaced, go all the way up, sweep the internal, again it's print the market medicine model, high, low, sweep the high, structure shift with the displacement of value, holding the price, come all the way down. So this should be potential entry. I shouldn't execute 30. This is where I execute the two entries, like four lots, and we stopped out here, like kind of $180. I missed this entry, though I identified this beautifully. I was a bit confused with the M5 fair value gaps, and it's a strong bullish move. Once it sweep the market open, sweep the internal, it's kind of going higher and higher, and it's a big fair value gaps here in M5. Bullish fair value gap, it's kind seems like super bullish. So and it's and also higher time frame wise, weekly low has been swept, and a lot of sales data has been taken, so it most probably reached the daily height. So the chances for that is too high. So I was a bit confused. I'm not execute this trade since I get stopped here. But actually, what happened is it's a first confluence sweep, trade displacement, and second confluence is once it sweep the internal one inside travel, it's that started again give the market castle model high, low, high, finish the travel gap, which worked all the way up to the uh, the market open. This is a market open flush. Once it's what's happened here is come all the way down, sweep the market open exactly at what time? 12:37. Then what happened here is this is as you can clearly see, this is just engineering. There is no displacement. There is no this is called displacement. This is called displacement. This is called a good reaction. And this whole move is just because to sweep the market opening price. It's kind of sweep. What happened here is the M13 fabric have still holding the price. It's I don't want to sweep the imbalance. Once it sweep the low, it gives good reaction. The reaction is recently from the MFI earlier flipped with good displacement, and it gives this imbalance in 5, and that imbalance getting tapped and go all the way up straight up, good strong bullish move, clears out the engineer liquidity, clears out the daily high, and clears out the weekly high. Beautiful position today. The draw on is higher, draw on liquidity is higher, and this is just work until this point, and you can clearly see the in MFI you don't have this earlier made me feel a bit confused, and it's clearly flipped here, and it's actually symbols are pushing over. One more thing is basically, it's a weak move. This is a strong move. This is a real move, action move. Once it's sweet, it give a good displacement reaction, and it's worked really well. And it's not in a time frame though. This is where I missed my first entry. This is my second entry. This is I should do take, but I'm not in the market. This was not my mistake, and it's worked really well towards the upside. Again, sweep, still holding, flip, big displacement favor for come and tap. In M1, it's gonna be super clear. You can clearly see that, right? Once it sweeps the low, what happened here is big displacement, flip this favor here, get this imbalance. This is a clear engineer liquidity. Once it tap the favor again, it's again start to skill the structure shift and keep on going higher towards the daily high. Beautiful day today, but I couldn't execute like utilize it. So potential first entry, potential second entry, potential third entry, everything has been worked phenomenally good. So that's fine. This is the day I'm just lost to 0.2%. Not 0.2, it's 0.35% if I'm not wrong. Yeah, in 50K I lost $200, and that's it. Nothing more. On days bullish, it's just a and this one favorable gap is not valid. It's a nice reaction until the market open. But the thing is, though this is the only favorable gap in H1 time frame, there is no other favorable gaps in other time frames. I couldn't find that. So that's the big red flag for that. And this is a real mode. This is just a manipulation mode. And as you can see, this is nothing, just a weak price action. This is the actual price action. That's it.